Okay. Hi, my name is Man. I am someone who stuttered, and I also a post-bachelor SLP student. Today, I would like to talk to you about a little about individualized technique that people who study use. So, the techniques are individualized, which means that everyone have their own technique, but the technique that worked for one person probably doesn't work for the other person. So over the year, I have used many techniques to help control my stutter. As you know, that there is no cure for stutter at this time. So these techniques will help control the stutter, but it doesn't work for everybody, and it needs a lot of practice. So first one I would like to talk about is, as you know that speaking when speaking we utilize the left side of the brain, and but singing we use like right side of the brain. So that's why a lot of people advise to sing as a technique to control stutter. Instead of saying how are you, we can say how are you doing, put like a little melody to it. And also people say talk slower. They found out that people stutter when they talk slower. They're less likely to stutter. So you have to slow down your pace. But this is really unnatural for some people. So my pace, this is the pace that I usually talk. If I talk slower, I probably can control my stutter, but it sounds really unnatural. So it's unlikely that people want to try this method in the real world. But like if you try to utilize this technique like within your home or like during practice, it's really helpful to become fluent. So those are techniques that I used throughout the years to help control my stutter problem. And also, like I said, practice. Practice is a big one. Sometimes I spend days just practice a single phrase. Practice, re-practice, and when you speak to other people in the real world, if you find out that you have trouble with a certain phrase, sentence, go home in your own comfort and try to practice that phrase over and over again until like you can manage to say it more easily. And also there's many other technique that speech therapy teach, like the slow onset, because when people stutter, there are a lot of pressure build up in their chest. So to minimize this pressure and to minimize the block, speech therapy recommend the easy onset. So what is easy onset? Easy onset is when you look at someone who's much younger that doesn't have to go through all those stress, bullying later in life. If you look at people like let's say around 3 or 4, when they stutter, it's really easy. So instead of someone who adult stutter sound a little different than younger people who stutter. So when you hear younger people stutter, it's can I go to the party? But when you look at adults who stutter, you can see like a lot of facial grimacing, blocks, struggle, tense. So adults who stutter gonna sound like, can I go to the concert? So there's a lot of blocks, there's a lot of tension built up. So one way to help with this is it's called ease onset. So instead of having a lot of tension, having to hold back your stutter, so you can just let it out, just stutter, let it out, but in a really relaxed, easy way. Can I go to the concert? And of course, practice in your own home versus practice in the real world are completely different. Because when we talk to someone in the real world, it's totally different. We don't have time to think of the technique. We don't have time. We're not, you know, comfortable. We're more stressed out from the environment. So what you practice at home, you probably can't utilize in the real world. That's why, like for me, I pick a couple good technique that I can use that I don't have to think like during the conversation. For me, it's I work a lot on my breathing. So when I feel like I struggle, or uh, as you know, like for me, when I can anticipate when I gonna stutter. So when I feel like I gonna stutter, I use more breath. I used to I control my breath. I take a deep breath and start over again. This worked for me, but everyone's different. So for me, breath is really important. So we practice at home. We practice different technique, but like when we talk to people in the real world, we utilize one or two technique that work for us. And acceptance is a big one. People who stutter, for me, I stuttered from second grade until now, and I recently accept the fact that I stutter within last year. So for me, that's a big step because people who stutter doesn't want to accept the fact that they are different than other people. But I struggle a lot during those period of time to accept that I stutter. So that's why I depended go. I decided to go back to school to further my education and gain more knowledge into this topic. So accepting is a big thing. To me, it's be practice and therapy. Uh, the first step is you have to accept that you have the problem in order to fix the problem. So acceptance, I can't emphasize enough on acceptance because it's the first step of helping you control or become more fluent. So that's my talk on stutter today. Individual technique, keep on practicing, and acceptance is a big thing.